Paul Kovanock's wooded backyard in Arlington is a welcome respite from the hustle and bustle of Northern Virginia. His gardens flow down the hillside in his backyard, where he's done extensive work removing invasive plants, replacing them with Virginia natives.
This is great.
Oh, it came out a perfect day.
It's beautiful, absolutely. My goodness, you have quite a variety out here. You must have spent a lot of time out here in your yard.
Well, I enjoy it, but actually I'm a lazy person, and being a wildlife, a wildflower gardener is the best thing for a lazy person. Why? Because they spread on their own, and
That's
they
right.
don't require any watering or fertilizing or mowing or anything like that.
That's great. Well, it's certainly very natural. I'm really intrigued. I want to take a look at some of these plants down here. Yeah, I'm very interested in learning more about these ground covers. You had told me that when you first came here, there was a lot of invasive species. What was out here before?
Here in Northern Virginia, the enemy is English ivy, which was originally planted as a very convenient ornamental vine, but it's just taken over everything. It's climbed up trees. It crowds out all of the native plants that are necessary. It actually harbors rats and mosquitoes as well. So in our neighborhood, there's a war on English ivy. I pull it out by hand, 1 foot at a time. In addition to English ivy, there's also Japanese honeysuckle and various other invasives as well.
Right.
English ivy isn't the only threat to native ground covers. Periwinkle is a common choice of gardeners, but an overused exotic that also crowds out native species. Many exotics, like this lesser celandine, invade so aggressively they form extensive carpets. Over time, these exotics displace native plants and significantly reduce biodiversity in the entire plant community. Every time we buy and plant exotics, such as butterfly bush, we introduce a competitor that has the potential to spread to other areas. Look around you. Invasive exotics are everywhere. You can learn to identify and remove these problem plants, like multiflora rose, mimosa, and the tree of heaven.
Right,
So I pulled all that out by hand, and then I gradually introduced some of the local native plants, and some of the original natives that had been covered up by the English ivy reappeared once the ivy had been removed.
Oh.
One of my favorites is the golden ragwort there, which is gold color, and one of the nice things about it is that it forms a ground cover that persists into the wintertime. It's semi-evergreen, so in addition to a big splash of color in the spring, it performs the same function of controlling erosion and providing ground cover throughout the year. Then of course there are some Canada violets here. There's a foam flower.
Yeah, I saw that
There
over there too.
are Virginia bluebells. There's a whole variety of different native plants here.